10 years ago, my primary physician detected a tumor on my thyroid gland after a routine examination. He decided that the course of action would be just that we monitored the tumor for any growth. After I moved to the North Shore, I knew I had to find an ENT who would continue to monitor the tumor for me.
She came to me because she had what was called a thyroid nodule. Thyroid nodules are basically growths of the thyroid gland that occur in most of the time women, but sometimes men.
At our appointment, Dr. Pelche discussed the growth of the tumor. He felt that it wasn't anything that we had to act on immediately, but did think that we needed to continue to monitor it.
I spent most of the time in my first several visits kind of reassuring her that her condition was, although not extraordinarily common because of the size of her nodule, was common, and her risk for cancer was extremely low.
Having a family history of cancer and losing both parents to cancer, I did have concerns about the tumor being cancerous.
She had a node that was found in her neck, basically a bump, a lymph node that was swollen in her neck. And these swell again for various types of reasons, but one of the concerns always with a lymph node with a thyroid nodule would be that maybe there's cancer and it has spread to a lymph node. So her primary care doctor performed a CT scan, and at that point the nodule had grown to 3 centimeters and was somewhat necrotic looking, meaning that it had some features that looked like it had died, and those again are some suspicious features for cancerous nodules. She came back into me and was very concerned at that point. At this point we have a nodule that's growing and we have some suspicious features, and we also had a patient who was very anxious about her condition. And although we had 2 biopsies which were negative, we kind of sat down and talked about, the pros and cons of watching it longer, the pros and cons of taking it out with surgery. And we both decided that it might be a good idea to just go ahead and go through with surgery.
I was very confident with Dr. Pelche's decision to do surgery, being that he had performed surgery on my daughter years prior.
Maria underwent a thyroid lobectomy, and that means that we basically took off half of her thyroid gland. Her surgery went off without any kind of hitches. We were able to identify all that we needed to surgically, and she had really no major complications. When we sent off her thyroid lobe, immediately the pathologist looked at it and he thought it was a benign lesion, which was later confirmed a week later for sure. And so we closed her incision, and she spent the night with us. In the morning she was feeling well, so we sent her home. We took her stitches out a week later. We checked to make sure that she had no complications of hoarseness or bleeding. And so yes, I'd say her surgery was successful.
Before the surgery, I had concerns about the tumor, worried about whether or not it was cancerous. Since I've had the surgery, I am relieved that it was not cancer, and I don't have to worry about having a tumor on my thyroid gland. As a St. Tammany Parish resident, I would definitely come back to North Oaks Hospital. My overall experience was a good one. The care I received was amazing.